In a previous patch note video for update 27.4, I went over the changes and additions to the game with the Railjack Revisited Part 1 update. In this video, I will be going over the Kuva Lich fixes, optimizations to the game being made in the update, controller changes and fixes for that, and then the overall game fixes that came with update 27.4. This is because I ran out of time in the previous patch note video, so all of these fixes are getting their own patch note videos. That's what this is. Let's get to it. For Kuva Lich fixes, DE fixed the game unpausing in solo missions when the menu was open after viewing the Kuva Lich information page. They fixed the decoy created by the Ruse Kuva Lich ability having a red HUD marker, and this is to avoid confusion of who the real Kuva Lich is, as it no longer has a marker. They also fixed cases where your Kuva Lich Vanquish transmission wouldn't show the correct Kuva Lich name, ally Kuva Lich names and health bars overriding the enemy Kuva Lich UI, the Kuva Brahma's projectiles not getting pulled into mags magnetized and instead bouncing off it and going into the sky. They fixed getting damaged by ally Kuva Liches who cast Plasma Eruption, Requiem Relic Kuva rewards not stating how much Kuva you're actually getting, and they fixed a case of Kuva Larvelings not spawning due to having an amp with a specific name. For optimizations, DE optimized shader upload, particularly when not using deferred rendering. They optimized load times and memory footprint for the orbiter, relays, towns, and dojos. They made numerous improvements to diagnostics submitted when the game crashes, particularly for crashes coming from graphics drivers. Optimizations were made to the Grineer Settlement, Corpus Ice Planet, Orican Moon, Grineer Galleon, Grineer Shipyard, and the Grineer Fortress tile sets. They cleaned up effects to improve performance with the Detron and Mara Detron, and they also tweaked their projectile lifetime to 3 to 5 seconds. They continued performance improvements towards Mirage's Hall of Mirror clones when using a multi-shot weapon. They improved a hitch that would occur when opening the in-game market, and now a spinner icon will appear when loading. They fixed a large game hitch that could last up to 10 seconds when replacing a dragon key in the gear wheel with a K-drive launcher. They fixed a long game hitch when equipping the Legacy theme and opening the star chart. They made optimizations to the sound thread which might improve performance on low-end machines. And lastly, they improved screen space reflections to sit better with the cube map reflections with deferred rendering enabled. As for the controller changes and fixes, they've stated, selecting defaults in the customized controller options will now give you the option to choose to either default all bindings or just those in the current tab. They also fix some issues with controller bindings not saving if swapping between using a controller or keyboard and mouse to select binding tabs. They also said, any changes made in individual tabs will now save locally in the tab until you close out of options, at which point it'll save them if desired. Alright, game fixes. DE fixed Scarlet Spear score not showing in your profile, Exodia Contagion projectiles ignoring Limbo's Rift status of enemies or the player which let it hit enemies from across the rift. Now DE stated the following. This allowed for Limbo to attack from a position of invulnerability, where normally damage cannot cross the rift unless it's a Warframe ability of some kind. We intentionally did not fix this until after the Scarlet Spear event, but it is a bug. They fixed Lech Krill not being affected by viral status effects, a functionality lost after exiting a self-stagger multiple times, an inability to fly up and down in Arcwing if the Trank Rifle or Lure is equipped, a host migration during a disruption mission resulting in the UI becoming broken and the next round not starting. Ability range mods not affecting Titania's Lantern ability, an inability to equip flight speed mods such as terminal velocity on the Basmu, enemies getting stuck inside the portal when defending the consoles in the Orokin sabotage missions, the waiting for players button missing in the UI when loading into Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, objective markers never pathing through doors to one of the cells in the Caliban Uranus node. They fixed a crash in the Conclave due to X was killed by X message. Saren's Molt doing idle animations when using certain skins, the awaiting revive from teammates message missing in the revive UI until players are out of revives. They fixed some animation inconsistencies with the error list, loss of functionality after swapping primary and secondary weapons right at the moment you die, an energy effect clipping through into an unintended area in the Augustus Mars mission. They fixed being unable to use transference to the operator while the Trank Rifle or Fishing Spear is equipped. The sniper ammo mutation mod not appearing under the Exilus category in the mod screen. They fixed certain boss attacks such as the Ropalolis laser attack and Prophet Taker's missile, not respecting shield gating and killing players in one hit. They fixed multiple issues in Cetus and the Plains Vitalon skybox related to fog, ambient clouds, and weather systems. An issue with the sabotage mission on the Thebe Jupiter node, where the client's defense progress could deviate from the host. Several Syndanas, the Ultra, Centuria, Karata, Kuva Braid, Magor, Sigma series, and Vacor not sitting correctly on the Nova Atomica skin. They fixed an issue with featured market items cycling while viewing your profile with the in-game market open. They fixed an edge case where emote hotkeys could cancel ability animations. They made multiple fixes for the Golden Maw becoming invisible during attacks when underground or when generally not doing anything. The Zealoid Prelate in the Derelict Emissary Assassinate mission looking like he's riding an invisible motorcycle and getting stuck that way if he falls off a ledge. They fixed fire rate mods not working on the Prisma Burst laser. Pipes in the forge room at the back of the Railjack not properly lining up with sockets, partial themed backgrounds in the Syndicate screen when selecting view offerings before the Syndicate transmission is fully shown, the Sestra's clip ejecting in the wrong direction when reloading, and they had also said, also tweak the reload animation timing so that you can see the arm rotating instead of looking like it pops. They fixed emblems on Rhino Prime and Wukong Prime equipped with any Tenogen skin, except for the Vodchnik skin for Rhino, sitting too far off from the shoulders with prime details toggled off. Fixes were made towards Warframe still performing custom reload animations with Stratus Pistol skin equip. They fixed the Murgus being barely visible in their codex icons. Fixes were made towards melee weapons equipped with the Kopesh longsword skin clipping into Warframes. The codex dioramas for the Gauntlist and Hydralist appearing as the Terrorlist, the Fluctus's arc gun stats not indicating that it has infinite punch through. They fixed the Icarius projectiles not homing onto enemies for clients. They fixed armor offsets for Saren to prevent clipping into Tenogen skins. They've also stated this also fixes the clipping issues with the Pakal chestplate and Kuva leg plates. They fixed clicking on chat-linked Zors overlapping UI screens that are already open with the Zor inventory select screen. The Kavat starter pack only giving one Kavat genetic code instead of the intended 10. This fix also fixed purchasing Kavat genetic codes from the Kavat starter pack only giving one, when the UI indicated 10. They said, we removed the ability to purchase them in the bundle to prevent this issue, but they can still be purchased individually in the in-game market outside of the bundle. They fixed the Daiku with a skin equipped folding in the middle when unequipped and set to visible when holstered. Galvanic shoulder plates, Quoro and Navarre Prime armor clipping through Equinox's shoulders on both of her forms. Fixes were made towards clipping issues from upper leg armor pieces on Excalibur. Excalibur's Ion helmet appearing as his default in the Conclave arsenal after being equipped in the co-op arsenal, and this also fixes being unable to equip the Ion helmet while in the Conclave arsenal. They fixed the cloth ribbon on the Karak and Karak Wraith when equipped with the Desert Camo and Conclave skin appearing distorted and behaving strangely. Reload animation issues on the Karak and Karak Wraith when equipped with the Desert Camo and Conclave skin. They fixed the Acolyte sigil icon in the inventory and arsenal menus appearing squashed. Several emblem icons appearing stretched and lower resolution in the arsenal menu. The Bratton Vandal being sellable for only 1 credit, and they said, we increased the sell price to 7,500 credits so that it matches most of the other primary weapons. They fixed the tilted position of the Telos Boltace when holstered on Mace's back. The icons for the Bratton Nocturne skin and Kintsugi skin missing its clip in the in-game market and arsenal. They made fixes towards clipping issues with the bow quivers and chorus spikes, an icon for the Vard Pauldrons not reflecting the look of the in-game item, icons for the Akchigara Prime and Redeemer Prime showing blue energy instead of the intended orange, Mirage's Mithras skin icon having different colors than the actual skin, Loki Dojo statues having a different material on its head than on its body. They fixed reward and rank up UI pop-ups having dark backgrounds with HDR enabled, black pixels appearing during fly-in cinematics when loading into missions with HDR enabled, the Vard pauldrons doubling up on the right shoulder pad on operators, the spelling of Sumbat in Kickbot's auto replies, the Hammer Palatine skin changing sizes when equipped on the Architydron and Fragor Prime, and have said it will now be the same size across the board. They fixed Volt's shield causing Exodia Contagions projectiles to never explode, the Azima playing double the amount of shots per fire sound effect for other players, Zenith's firing sound effect doubling for other players, control and left or right in a text field adding a Unicode character, certain instances where sentients would stand still and not do or attack anything. They fixed cases where skyboxes were rendering black after switching deferred rendering on, some floating geometry that was outside of bounds in the Gas City tile set, shores and strings showing up as black boxes when HDR is enabled, lag issues when playing the Shorezen, missing assets in the Orvalis diorama for personal quarters, a couple map holes in the Laris Mercury node, floating platforms appearing way in the distance in the Mastery Rank 29 test. They fixed the camera snapping behind you when standing idle and reloading, just like when you're shooting. Stackable projectiles not resetting correctly. They fixed a broken glow on the relic reward screen in mission around the booster section with HDR enabled, an inability to clear number values after attempting to type a number in the options menu, an ability to clip through the helmet infirmary chair after having your helmet assist removed. Fixes were made to numerous clipping issues with the Solstice Centuria Cyandana, the Ocucore Arsenal stat displaying a multi-shot value of 2 with no mods equipped, the Ocucore's energy tendril that can home in on enemies not being affected by multi-shot, the mod drop chance booster text getting cut off in the booster UI section, equipping a Tenogen skin onto a polearm Zor, removing the Sugatra placements at both ends of the polearm. They fixed the pause equipment and arsenal section, teleporting you to the Railjack arsenal if your dojo doesn't have an observatory. They've also said that the option no longer shows if you don't have a completed observatory, and that normally we never teleport to the Railjack one if the observatory is complete. They fixed the pause to navigation option in the dojo not doing anything if you have a dry dock or railjack but no observatory room, and the option no longer shows if you don't have a completed observatory. They fixed Kuva Jesters growing surprisingly large on the shoulders of Kuva Guardians when affected by Avara's sleep arrow, clients only seeing Sentinel burst laser weapons only firing 1 bolt instead of 3, a case of Titania's motion and animations breaking when going in and out of Razor Wing, incorrect melee sounds playing when using a gilded polearm Zor with a skin. They fixed the mod station mods list appearing cut off if the Nightwave screen is open while counting down to enter a relay or town, and loading starts with the Nightwave screen remaining open. They fixed arc guns becoming invisible when equipped while casting Gauss's Redline ability. They fixed both the charged damage and quick shot damage of Hildren's Balefire charger damage, displaying the same value in the arsenal, a script error caused by a Mirage sleight of hand trap wanting to explode after it has already expired. They fixed enemies not being affected by heat or impact status effects while under the effect of Harrow's Condemn, a case of Hildren's Haven doing 0 damage to enemies it links to, a rare crash when the squad's host migrates while loading into a railjack. They fixed the dojo decoration preview disappearing after selecting another decoration, the arcane tooltip in your inventory showing more information than necessary, and the tooltip of the selected arcane should now only show the rank information. They fixed an incorrect melee grip on all heavy blade skins, enemies switching their target to your sentinel while attempting a Parazon finisher, the plinks becoming unusable if a negative multi-shot ribbon is equipped on it, a script error that could occur if a Saren Spectre considered casting Spore with only 1 enemy within 15 meters. They fixed several script errors that could occur during screen shake events, particularly if you just joined the mission or died abruptly during a shake. They fix Zors remaining in your Warframe's hands when switching arsenal views to your primary or secondary, a script error that could occur when joining a mission in progress while an Ivara was using Prowl, that could occur when joining a Roper Lawless mission in progress or suffering a complete party wipe before it uses a special attack, that could occur if you were swinging Excalibur's Exalted Blade at the same time as you activated a context action, that could occur as a result of various flashbang and PC attacks misfiring on non-player targets. They fixed your melee weapon appearing in your hand when interacting with your companion in your orbiter. They fixed the Scourge's projectile trail effects appearing distorted. They fixed a script error when logging out while the Sire's visual quest is active, when entering Orvalis as a client while Thermia fractures are active. They fixed rescue prisoner guards spawning inside the ground during the rescue the prisoner phase of a rescue ghoul defector bounty in the plains. Some flickering on the Katir ephemera as it wasn't properly using the attachment energy color. They fixed seeing a placeholder tag equip Omni tool under the customized controller and ability menu. They fixed the Executioner Harkonor Noggle face being offset. Cases of overlapping UI when opening the pause menu while viewing other screens, some general AI navigation and collision issues, multiple issues with notification icons in UI pop-ups not appearing solid white, notably the invasion icon. They fixed a crash when a player would try to get into an emplacement and then before finishing the emplacement, the player is knocked out of it. Color issues with Gauss's speed gauge UI. They fixed context actions appearing on drums being used as structural decorations in the observatory in the dojo, a case where you could perform a melee slam backwards if you happen to be aiming at your sentinel, dual wielding the Spectra Vandal with a glaive causing the Spectra Vandal to look like the ordinary Spectra. They fixed planets and ships sometimes popping into view during the fly-in cinematic. Fixes were made towards client rewards never catching up to a host in Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, a script error related to restoring health after a host migration, not being able to fuse a mod if you had the exact amount of credits to afford it, a script error that would occur leaving an open world area with a Cheza Kubrau using the retrieve precept, a script error related to Helmuth Charger Strain's eruption maggots exploding, a crash that could occur when loading large levels on low-end hardware caused by the system being unable to handle large I/O requests. A script error that could occur if someone quit the game instead of picking a Void Fisher reward, that could occur when jumping into the darkness in the Apostasy prologue as Excalibur Umbra. A script error related to Mirage's sleight of hand ability, an issue where sword and board weapon skins would not preview with the shield open, some rendering artifacts such as black squares that could appear if you kill an enemy and their ragdoll had several body parts. They fixed Valbin's Flechette Orb being destroyed if thrown into a Mutilus Quanta Orb, script errors that could occur when entering the Plains of Eidolon at the same time as everyone sacrifices a brilliant Eidolon shard. Custom holstered locations for Zor staffs, defaulting after exiting the arsenal, being unable to jump as a client after performing a recovery move from self-damage. They fixed a crash that could occur with projectiles and Wisp's moat. The rocked Fluctus skin on ground arc guns flickering between it and the default skin when being viewed by another player. They fixed a crash related to casting Oberon's abilities, multiple script errors related to host migrations in arbitration missions, issues where enemies would not spawn in some Arcwing mobile defense missions, crazy glass flickering issues in the floor of the Larunda relay. They fixed being all kinds broken if you enter Sharkwing areas as Titania in her Razorwing mode, being more kinds of broken if you transition from Sharkwing to land while dual wielding. They fixed inaccurate waypoint markers for Syndicate medallions when picked up. They fixed the Rethum Arena scoreboard opening effect, spamming constantly once opened, missing reticles when transferring to the operator while in Titania's Razorwing, the Corinth Prime playing an alt fire animation that does no damage if only 3 shots are left with no ammo remaining, Rhino Stomp, Convergence Orbs, and the Ignis shooting effects appearing translucent when adaptive exposure is enabled. They fixed having the mission progress screen open when completing a mastery test, preventing loading back into the relay. The Executioner Harkonor decoy counting as a kill in the Rathum arena, not receiving a warning for going over the Cetus daily standing limit when providing fish. They fixed ending up with no UI if you were killed in an arbitration mission before a host migration and did not spawn until the migration was complete. Script errors when casting numerous Warframe abilities, a harmless script error that would occur at the end of the Fomorian Assault mission if any core nodes were destroyed right as the shields were going back up. They fixed a script error that would occur if you died trying to reach a safe distance from a Fomorian before it exploded, a script error that could occur if you crashed during a Fomorian assault and managed to restart and reconnect to the mission during the escape sequence. Lastly, for update 27.4, Railjack Revisited Part 1, the game's overall fixes, DE fixed GPU particles sometimes not taking the proper energy colors upon being recycled. So those were the fixes. Once again, thank you for watching. If you did get to this part, I know it's just fixes for this upload, and the update has been out for I think a week now, and I'm only just getting to it, but here we are. The video is out, and if you're up to this point, thank you very much.